You know, I've never really actually talked about my favorite film camera, and it might actually be a camera many film photographers don't really have on their current radar. But first let's go inside because it's freezing out here. A lot of different film cameras during the last 2 years, and I haven't tested nearly enough, but the camera I always seem to go back to is the Rollei 35 line of cameras. Now there are actually quite a few iterations of the Rollei 35, but at the core it's always a very small body with a Carl Zeiss lens, usually with an f-stop of 3.5 and ranging from a focal length between 35mm and 40mm. The odd one out is the S model, which comes with a sonar lens which has a 2.8 aperture, but I have yet to try that. So why is this small piece of camera my favorite camera to work with? Well, of course, the first selling point for me is the size. I'm not really into pursuing analog photography as a career, so I can't see myself hugging around a big medium format or large format camera. I always like to shoot on the go, so I always like to have a small camera with me, and that's a big selling point. But the biggest selling point for the Rollei 35 is actually its challenging nature. Despite the size, the camera is actually fully manual, and it also doesn't leave very much room to play with, which makes every frame you take an actual photography challenge. The only help you get is a built-in light meter, which most of the time doesn't work. That's mostly due to the batteries that aren't really sold anymore and very hard to come by. And then the electronics often going bad, which is the case with my camera as well. Side note, I just let it sit and it suddenly decided to work again, so I guess the light meter works. The way I usually combat not having a light meter with me is just using a light meter app to get a rough estimate and then like eyeballing it a bit. I mostly try to overexpose the shots a little bit. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but I had pretty good results with the light meter app on my phone. So let's get back to the camera at hand. I bought this camera, a Rollei 35T, on eBay 2 weeks ago, started using it as my daily driver, and I also for the first time used Portra 400. I had a work shoot and then I had another shoot planned, so I tested it a bit, did mostly portrait photography with the Portra 400 and the Rollei, but also did some landscapes. I just took it with me wherever I went and shot 36 exposures of Kodak Portra 400. So once again, the shooting process was extremely fun. I love the challenging nature of the camera. I think it's, for me, it's one of the great selling points. You actually have to do everything manual, the focusing, the lighting, everything. And I'm also very pleased with how the pictures, the colors of the Portra 400 came out. I'm going to definitely try using Portra 400 again, and I think I'm going to actually keep this Rolei 35T with me and use it as my daily driver, take it with me wherever I go, because I really like the process. That's it for the video. I really hope you enjoyed it. I have another one in the works right now. I tested some Cinestill 800T with the Rolei 35T in daylight, which is not how the film is supposed to be used, and I actually don't know how the pictures came out. I haven't had it in developing, so definitely subscribe if you want to see that video. If you like the video, please like and maybe comment about your experiences. What are your favorite analog cameras? And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.